Good morning to all students. So in today's lecture, we will be discussing about factors affecting development. In the last lecture, we have discussed about what is normal development and rules of development. So let's recall what is normal development. Development means maturation of the functions. Development is a qualitative change. Development क्या है? It is a maturation of the functions and ability to function normally. That is attainment of various skills for normal or for optimal functioning of the individual. Development is a global process which is reflected in new motor abilities, learning abilities, social and cognitive skills, etc. And developmental milestones होते हैं, they are easily identified and for example, turning over, sitting, reaching for objects, pointing towards objects, etc. So this was the normal development. Development is a maturation of functions and acquisition of and attainment of various skills for optimal functioning of the individual, and it is a global process. So this is normal development. Now rules of development. So there are basically 6 rules of development. Pehla rule hai development is a continuous process which starts in the uterus and progresses until the infant grows into a fully mature adult. So basically development kya hai? It is a continuous process hai, which starts in the uterus and continues until the child grows into a healthy mature adult. Second rule hai development ka, it depends upon the functional maturation of the central nervous system. Development depend करता है maturation of the CNS, central nervous system. अगर central nervous system mature नहीं है, so no amount of practice, कितनी भी practice करवा ले हम, no amount of practice can make a child learn new skills. अगर central nervous system mature नहीं है, तो development नहीं हो पाता है. Development cannot proceed without the maturation of the central nervous system. It depends upon the maturity of the central nervous system. Then the sequence, the sequence of attainment of milestones is same in all the children. जो sequence है acquire करने की milestones को, वो सब में same रहेगी. For example, all infants babble before they speak in words. Babble is a particular sound that baby makes before they start speaking in words. So babble. So all infants babble before they speak in words and sit before they stand. हाँ, कुछ variations हो सकते हैं time में, लेकिन sequence सब में same रहेगी. Fourth rule है the process of development progresses in a cephalocaudal direction. तो development वो कैसे proceed करता है? Head to toe, cephalocaudal, from top to bottom. Head control पहले सीखेगा बच्चा, then neck control. Head control precedes neck control. And control of limbs from proximal to distal direction. That is, the child will first learn to use the hands and then he will learn to have control over the fingers. So proximal to distal. Then fifth rule is few primitive reflexes are lost before relevant milestones are attained. For example, palmar grasp is lost before voluntary grasp is attained. Then sixth rule is initial disorganized mass activity is replaced by specific and willful action. Initially जो disorganized होती है वो replace हो जाती है by specific action, by willful actions. For example, when you will show a red shimmering shining bright toy to a 3 to 4 month old baby, the infant will squeals loudly. But when you will show the same toy to the 3 to 4 year old baby, he will just smile and will say, I want that toy. So, specifically, willful action. And initially, the child was very excited and was squealing loudly. So, initially, disorganized mass activity is replaced by the specific and willful action. So, here were the 6 rules of development. Now in today's class, we will discuss about the factors affecting development part 2. Factors which affects the normal development. Factors affecting development. Development depends upon variety of mutually interactive factors such as hereditary potential, biological integrity, physical and psychosocial environment, and emotional stimulation. Development depend करता है upon various factors. For example, hereditary factors पे depend करता है, physical and psychosocial environment पे depend करता है, emotional stimulation पे depend करता है. पर जो most important factor है जो development को affect करता है वो है poverty. Poverty is the most important risk factor associated with poor development, or we can say poverty is equal to poor development. क्योंकि poverty expose करता है child को to many other risk factors like lack of stimulation, excessive stress, malnutrition, exposure to environmental toxins, and concurrent diseases that adversely affect the development. अब जो बच्चे poor families में को belong करते हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा malnourished होंगे, प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशियस डाइट नहीं मिलेगी उनको, एक्सेसिव स्ट्रेसफुल कंडीशंस रहेंगी वहाँ पे, पेरेंटल बिहेवियर भी बहुत अच्छा नहीं रहेगा वहाँ पे, लैक ऑफ स्टिमुलेशन होगा, एक्सपोजर टू अदर एनवायरमेंटल टॉक्सिन्स, उनकी इम्यूनिटी प्रॉपर बिल्डअप नहीं होगी, सो दे आर मोर प्रोन टू डेवलप अदर डिजीजेस which adversely affects their development or which leads to poor development. So poverty results in poor development, or we can say poverty is the most common factor, or most prominent factor affecting the development of the child or resulting in poor development. So poverty leads to poor development. फैक्टर्स दैट इन्फ्लुएंस द चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट. अब कौन कौन से फैक्टर्स हैं जो डेवलपमेंट को अफेक्ट करते हैं? First is prenatal factors, then neonatal factors, then post-neonatal factors, then psychosocial factors, and next is protective factors. Prenatal factors. Factors which affect the development of the child before birth. मतलब factors affecting the development of the fetus. Prenatal factors. So first is genetic factors. Genetic factors में क्या क्या हो जाएगा? Genetic factors. So prenatal factors में पहला आएगा genetic factors. Intelligence of the parents has direct correlation on the final IQ of the child. IQ level जो parents का होगा वही IQ level बच्चे में होगा. Either low, either high. But it has direct correlation with the IQ of the child. So intelligence of parents has direct correlation on the final IQ of the child. अगर parents intelligent है तो उनके बच्चे भी उतने intelligent होंगे. Then there are various other genetic causes which are responsible for the delayed development and mental retardation. अभी हमने बात की कि जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स अफेक्ट करते हैं डेवलपमेंट को प्रीनेटल फैक्टर्स के अंदर. अब वो कौन कौन से जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स हैं जो अफेक्ट करते हैं डेवलपमेंट को? सो देयर आर वेरियस फैक्टर्स, जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स विच अफेक्ट द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द फीटस. सो मोस्ट कॉमन तो कौन से हैं? क्रोमोसोमल डिसऑर्डर्स. The prominent genetic factors include chromosomal abnormalities or chromosomal disorders. That is, example is Down syndrome. Or Down syndrome is there is an extra copy of chromosome number 21. That is, chromosome 21 जो होता है वो triplicate होता है. We also say trisomy 21. और Down syndrome में क्या होता है? The baby is physically and mentally retarded and development is delayed. So Down syndrome affects the development. Next is X-linked mental retardation. हम यहाँ बात कर रहे हैं जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स की जो अफेक्ट करते हैं डेवलपमेंट को. सो अभी हमने बात करी डाउन सिंड्रोम की. नेक्स्ट इज मेंटल रिटार्डेशन. अभी जो X-linked mental retardation है ये सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन होता है बॉयज में. इट इज मोर कॉमन इन बॉयज देन इन गर्ल्स. इसमें क्या होता है? इट इज एज्यूम्ड ड्यू टू म्यूटेशन ऑन द X क्रोमोसोम. म्यूटेशन हो जाता है X क्रोमोसोम में, म्यूटेशन हो जाता है. नेक्स्ट इज lichencephaly and other metabolic disorders. Here we are talking about factors which affect development of the fetus. So अभी हमने बात की डाउन सिंड्रोम की, then mental retardation, then metabolic disorders. For example, phenylketonuria. अब phenylketonuria को हम commonly बोलते हैं PKU. अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं metabolic disorders की जो कि है phenylketonuria. पहले हमने बात की क्रोमोसोमल डिसऑर्डर्स की, डाउन सिंड्रोम एंड मेंटल रिटार्डेशन, एक्स लिंक्ड एमआर, मेंटल रिटार्डेशन. The next is metabolic disorders which also affects the development, that is phenylketonuria. तो phenylketonuria को हम commonly बोलते हैं PKU. It is an inherited disorder. PKU या phenylketonuria is an inherited disorder. इस disorder में क्या होता है? There is increased level of the substance called phenylalanine. phenylketonuria एक inherited disorder है. इसके अंदर फिनाइललेनिन का सब्सटेंस का लेवल इंक्रीज हो जाता है ब्लड के अंदर. एंड फिनाइललेनिन क्या होता है? इट इज अ बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक फॉर द प्रोटीन्स. इसके जो सिम्टम्स आते हैं बच्चों में वो वेरी करते हैं माइल्ड टू सीवियर. इसके जो इन्फेंट्स होंगे दे हैव परमानेंट इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबिलिटी, सीजर्स आएंगे, डेवलपमेंट डिलेड होगा, इसके अंदर भी बिहेवियरल प्रॉब्लम्स आएंगी, साइकेट्रिक डिसऑर्डर्स बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन होते हैं. So phenylketonuria affects the development of the fetus. Then other disorders which leads to brain formation, disorders which affecting the formation of the brain like lysine-cephaly. It also affects the development. Lysine-cephaly which means smooth brain. Smooth brain. ये बहुत ही rare of the rarest. It is a rare gene-linked brain malformation है. In this there is absence of the normal folds in the cerebral cortex and the head is very small, microcephaly. Till now we have discussed about the factors which affect the development of the fetus, genetic factors. पहले हमने बात की prominent genetic factors include chromosomal abnormalities, example Down syndrome, then X-linked MR, mental retardation, then single gene disorders, single gene में disorder होता है which results in the disorder of the brain formation, that is lysine-cephaly. Lysine-cephaly is soft brain in which there is absence of the normal folds in the cerebral cortex. Lysine-cephaly का मतलब होता है soft brain. इसके अंदर normal जो folds होने चाहिए cerebral cortex में वो नहीं होते हैं and the head is abnormally very small. Head बहुत ज़्यादा small हो जाता है which we call is microcephaly. So lysine-cephaly and other metabolic disorders like phenylketonuria. Then maternal factors. Many factors which affect the growth in uterus also affects the brain growth. अब हमने जब हम ग्रोथ पढ़ा था तभी हमने बात की थी कि मदर के फैक्टर्स, मैटरनल फैक्टर्स, हाउ दे अफेक्ट द ग्रोथ. सो वैरायटी ऑफ फैक्टर्स व्हिच अफेक्ट्स द ग्रोथ इन द यूट्रस, दे आल्सो अफेक्ट्स द brain growth. So first is maternal nutrition, then exposure to drugs and toxins and maternal diseases and infections. So हमने बात की थी मदर का खुद का, the mother's own fetal and childhood growth and her nutrient intake and body composition at the time of conception and during pregnancy. It plays the most important role in determining the size of the fetus. Mother का खुद का fetal life and her childhood nutritional status, her growth status and the nutrient intake during conception and during pregnancy, it determines the growth of the fetus, the size of the fetus. So एक सजेशन है that maternal malnutrition, अगर मदर का न्यूट्रिशन प्रॉपर नहीं था, maternal malnutrition has adverse effects on the birth weight of the child and the development of the child. Exposure to drugs and toxins. Intake of various drugs and toxins like maternal drugs like alcohol abuse, anti-epileptics, drugs, environmental toxins, they have adverse effect on the development of the child. मतलब अगर मदर ने कुछ प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम में कोई अल्कोहल लिया हो, स्मोक किया हो, टोबैको इनटेक किया हो, they have adverse effects on the development of the child and they also retard the growth of the child. Then maternal diseases and infection. Various obstetric complications like pregnancy-induced hypertension, preeclampsia, and multiple pregnancies. Then various infections like syphilis, AIDS, rubella, cytomegalovirus infection, herpes. They have adverse effects on the physical growth and the brain growth of the child. So, maternal factors They have adverse effects on the development of the infant, maternal malnutrition, exposure to various drugs and toxins, and maternal diseases and infections. मतलब मदर का खुद का fetal and childhood growth determine करता है fetal size को. Then maternal intake of any drugs, toxins, tobacco, alcohol, or any other anti-epileptic drugs has adverse effects on the development of the child, and maternal disease and infections. So various infections like syphilis, cytomegalovirus infection, herpes, HIV, या कोई और other obstetric complications like preeclampsia, pregnancy induced hypertension, या फिर कोई other already कोई systemic disease हो like chronic renal failure, congestive heart failure, they adversely affects the development of the child. Now, neonatal risk factors. These include intrauterine growth restriction, prematurity, and perinatal asphyxia. Intrauterine growth restriction. Intrauterine growth restriction results in the low birth weight, and low birth weight is the most important risk factor for postnatal malnutrition and poor growth. IUGR में क्या हो जाएगा? Intrauterine growth restriction, which results in the low birth weight. हमने IUGR के बारे में growth chapter के अंदर ही पढ़ा था डिटेल के अंदर कि how IUGR affects the growth of the fetus. So IUGR, intrauterine growth restriction, results in the low birth weight. Normal birth weight is 2.5 kg. So IUGR results in the low birth weight, and low birth weight is the most important risk factor for the postnatal malnutrition. अगर low birth weight होगा, so it is a risky factor for the postnatal malnutrition and the poor growth. Then is prematurity. Babies born before 37 weeks of gestation are more likely to have developmental impairment compared to the term babies. जिन babies का birth 37 weeks से पहले हो जाता है, they are more prone to develop poor development. They have developmental impairment compared to the babies born at complete gestation. और जिन babies का birth 32 weeks से पहले हो जाता है, they are at the highest risk. Premature babies कौन से होते हैं? Babies who are born before 37 completed weeks of gestation, है ना? तो जो babies का birth 37 completed weeks of gestation से पहले होता है, they are more prone to develop developmental impairment. उनका development proper नहीं होगा. लेकिन जिन babies का birth 32 weeks से पहले हो जाता है, they are more prone to have developmental impairments and developmental delay. The reason is premature babies are at increased risk due to various. अब जो premature babies होते हैं उनका developmental impairment क्यों होता है, developmental delay क्यों होता है babies में? Due to various risk factors, various complications like intracranial bleeding, white matter injury, hypoxia, hyperbilirubinemia, and hypoglycemia. Hyperbilirubinemia, elevated level of the bilirubin in the blood, which causes jaundice. Some degree of hyperbilirubinemia is very common in the premature babies. मतलब जो hyperbilirubinemia होता है जिसके अंदर bilirubin का level increase हो जाता है blood के अंदर, it is more common in the premature babies. इसीलिए premature babies का preterm babies का development proper नहीं होता है, क्योंकि ये जो preterm babies होते हैं जिनका birth 37 weeks से पहले हो जाता है, they have developmental impairments, and those babies who are born before 32 weeks of gestation, they are at the highest risk. क्यों? Because they are more prone to have complications like intracranial bleeding. Intracranial bleeding is an emergency condition in which there is a rupture of the blood vessels inside the and bleeding inside the brain. So intracranial bleeding हो जाएगी, उनके अंदर white matter में injury हो सकती है, hypoxia हो सकता है, hyperbilirubinemia हो सकता है, and hypoglycemia हो सकता है. So इन complications की वजह से इनका development proper नहीं हो पाता है. So preterm babies, they are more prone to expose to these complications. इसी वजह से इनका development proper नहीं हो पाता है. Then the next is perinatal asphyxia. Now what is perinatal asphyxia first? Perinatal asphyxia is lack of the blood flow. मतलब blood का flow जो है वो कम हो जाता है, decrease हो जाता है. Lack of the blood flow or gaseous exchange from the fetus in the period immediately before, during, or after the birth process. So perinatal asphyxia, significant asphyxia occurs in the approximately 2% of total births. Studies have indicated that 40% of survivors of significant asphyxia suffer from major neurocognitive abilities. वैसे तो एस्फिक्सिया बहुत कम बेबीज में होता है, ओनली 2% ऑफ टोटल बर्थ्स में होता है, लेकिन अगर स्टडीज को हम देखा जाए तो 40% जो बच्चे सर्वाइव कर भी जाते हैं एस्फिक्सिया से, पेरिनेटल एस्फिक्सिया से, दे हैव अदर न्यूरोकॉग्निटिव डिसेबिलिटीज. तो जो बच्चे सर्वाइव कर भी जाते हैं पेरेंटल एस्फिक्सिया को, उनमें 40% सर्वाइवर्स सर्वाइव कर जाते हैं, तो 40% सर्वाइवर्स के अंदर तो न्यूरोकॉग्निटिव डिसेबिलिटीज हो जाती है. इसी वजह से जिन बच्चों में पेरेंटल एस्फिक्सिया होता है उनका डेवलपमेंट प्रॉपर नहीं हो सकता है. So in the next class we will study about the postnatal factors. Thank you.